Hi, I'm Joe Nagel, presenter of the People Innovation podcast, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Zach Curtis, the Capability Director at the Innovation Beehive, and we're going to be talking about culture.
So my role is Capability Director, and my real job is to make sure that people have the tools and the excitement and the desire and the drive to really put into practice everything they can about innovation, about creativity, and about culture.
So when it comes to culture, why is that something that people see as important to focus on?
Well, Joe, we're constantly told by everybody that culture is important in some way. We must have a great culture. But one of the challenges is how to define what the problems with culture are. And our clients experience a number of different things. The first thing is, if culture is in some way broken, then it means that there's some sort of disconnect between perhaps the company brand and then also the experience that a customer might have interacting with that brand. It can be a real challenge. The next thing is, if a culture is not defined in the best possible way, there can be a disconnect between the employees' expectations of what's happening in that company and then the company direction itself.
So you talked there about the importance of culture for the customer experience, for the employee experience, and ultimately for the productivity and profitability of the company. So what are some of the attributes of a desired culture that organizations should be looking for?
Well, the first thing to bear in mind, Joe, is that culture isn't a silver bullet to suddenly fix everything, although it is part of it. One of our clients, he talks about evolution, not revolution. And it's a great thing that you have to start out, companies do start out with a particular culture, but then you evolve it and you evolve it and you evolve it into something which is perfect. And that thing that's perfect should probably be around a number of different areas. And the first thing would be purpose. And that purpose is the duvet chuck. It's the reason why you'd wake up on a Monday morning and throw off the duvet and say, yes, I'm coming into work. It's the reason for being in work. The second part would be around having a clear set of values of that culture so that people come in and they understand exactly what they're driving towards. And the last and most important part is living it. It's the part where actually, thanks to the leader's role modeling, thanks to having that clear set of values and the clear purpose, the duvet chuck, that they come in every day and they breathe the culture and really bring it to life.
So what are some of the ways that a company can activate their culture in their organization in a way that works?
Well, a great place to start that we've used with a lot of other clients is the culture roadmap. It involves gathering great insights, putting together the vision architecture and then working out a way of instilling it into the company. And I'm thinking of one particular example to give you a snapshot of that. There's one of our clients, they have 1,300 buildings around the UK and employ over 120,000 people. So it's quite a sizable organization to try and instill a culture. And there's one particular tool that we had to spend a lot of time gathering insights to make sure we develop the right tool, and then we spent a lot of time prototyping this particular tool inside the organization to really make sure we reiterated it in the correct way to bring out their culture. And then we trained up over 200 coaches to deliver it across the whole organization.
Can you tell us a little bit about the results of a focus on culture and this particular activation that you used?
I mean, one of the fascinating things, of course, was customer focused. So even though this program was about employees looking after each other, customer satisfaction went up 12% above the UK average, so it was great. The second part then was about the employees, and that was about their turnover. Their retention went down by 11%.
Which in an organization which employs 120,000 people is significant. What would you say would be a great first step for someone who's just about to start exploring the culture, developing the culture of their organization? What should they do first?
Well, I think the obvious first step is to go to our website and download the culture roadmap. And that will give them a very clear idea of what are the first things they should do in gathering insights around their culture, and then what to do about it afterwards.
So the culture roadmap, the obvious place to start. There'll be a link to it in the description on the video, and it'll also be in the culture area on the Innovation Beehive website. So thank you, Zach. Thank you for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you about culture today. Thank you for sharing.